Welcome to everybody, and please let me share my screen. Here we are. So this presentation should take approximately 45 minutes as we go through the presentation. And then after that, I'll be able to take your questions. So for people who don't know who we are, so we're the Asian Institute of Hospitality Management. We are a private university that has been founded now 5 years ago. We are owned by the Minor Group, the Hotel Minor Group, who owns properties such as the Anantara, Avani, and other brands with 560 properties across the world. The goal of the institute for the company was that how can we build the next generation of talent for the ever-growing portfolio of hotels from the Minor Group as well, and others, just not limited to Minor. So what you have here is the picture of the Anantara Riverside and the Havana Riverside. Our campus is actually located within the entire complex. So we have classroom on the ninth floor of the building at this location here, and as well on the third floor of the building, giving to the plaza side. We have been, so okay, who am I? Sorry. So my name is Meylan. I am a Swiss national. I've been based now in Bangkok for 3 years, running the school. I've been not only a graduate, hospitality graduate, worked for a hotel for a few years. And then afterwards, I've been now for the last 19 years in hospitality education. So based in Switzerland for many years. And now I just came back here to Thailand and now running the institute and also a teacher on the program. So we are also based as AIM in Thailand, based in Bangkok. Currently, we offer different programs. The program that we offer to the majority of students is a Bachelor of Business Administration for young adults who just graduated from high school and want to go and study for hospitality. And we're also very proud to say that we've been able to expand to beyond Thailand. And now we have students from 20 to 25 different nationalities, some from the neighboring countries like Myanmar and others. But we've also been able to attract students from India, Sri Lanka, Kazakhstan, Japan, and even students from Europe came all the way to study in Thailand and in Asia. So why we always saying about coming to Bangkok to study? We strongly believe that Bangkok is a fantastic place to be and to live, but it's also a fantastic place to study hospitality. For one simple reason is that all the major brands are here. A lot of corporate offices are also based in Bangkok. A lot of different hotels, a lot of different outlets, restaurant outlets, wellness centers, and a lot of example and benchmark of hospitality are here, which is also a great thing that if we want to learn from practice as well. Bangkok is very multicultural with so many different countries living here. And as well, within the campus, we offer a career fair. So it gives students a chance to have a networking and career opportunities. But as well, we offer a lot of different activities, events, trips where students have a chance to network, whether bachelor students or PGD students. So why, in short, AIM is a great place to study. So we have a belief that we have four different aspects that makes us a very special place to do that. One of thing is our mantra. So we have our own mantra, which is called Aim Higher. So Aim Higher, like from the Asian Institute of Hospitality Management, condensed into one rather than AIHM. We like to call it AIM, and it's the mantra that guides our team, our lecturers, our professors, and also our students. That everything we do, we try to do everything of the best quality that we can. We have ambitions. We want our students to be future GM very soon. Aspirations as well to become one of the best leading hotel school in Asia when it comes to hospitality management. We believe in building a very strong community as well, not only of community of students and community of alumni and a community of teachers, but also a community, a responsible community of where we live. And finally, it's all about leadership and building the leaders of tomorrow. So we are a private university. Everything we do is taught in English. We are running international programs offered in academic association with Les Roches. We offer an option whether for the BBA or the PGD to transfer to Europe, to Switzerland or to Spain to continue the study for our students. However, bachelor students can also decide to complete their study with us. We're based in Bangkok, which is also much more closer to home for all students located to Southeast Asia. or Asia, and as well, it is also much more affordable, not only for the tuition fees, but also the cost of living is also much more advantageous. We believe as well that hospitality education is a great foundation for a solid career path. Not only do you learn everything there is to know about management and business, but you learn as well from the hospitality side. So you learn all about the soft skills that are nowadays required for leadership. Whether it is a soft skill like a customer service to be able to serve customers well, and that is a skill that is useful across different industries. But we also believe in the soft skills such as leadership and critical thinking and creative thinking, all those skills that are becoming more and more important even in the advent of AI. Within Minor as well, so we're very closely associated to our hotel company, our mother company, and then we have what we call a preferred employment status, whereby students who graduate with us have a good chance to be participating to the management graduate program called Ascent, as well as potentially looking at the aspiration and what the company can offers. We cannot guarantee a job, but we will guarantee for sure a first-time interview. And as well, when it comes to internship, we are here working closely to our students to find an opportunity for them. For anyone on the call who doesn't know who Minor is, so Minor is a Thai company. It's been founded by Mr. Heineke around more than 50 years ago. It is the 10th biggest hotel company in the world in numbers of keys. It is based in Bangkok, but has properties all across Asia, in Southeast Asia, also Asia and China, as well as the Middle East, Dubai, East Africa, as well as Europe, and very often also some hotels in South America and America. So a truly global brand with 10 different brands from the ones that are quite known, such as Anantara and Avani, and some brands from Europe that are also well known, like NH Collection, and others. And so new brands being launched as well all the time. So another thing that takes us apart is with the academic team, we have a strong belief in dynamic learning style. So meaning we look at modern pedagogy. All our classrooms are very small. From a PGD perspective, for instance, we have only 10, 12 students. When we come to our BBA students, we have classrooms from the size of 15 to 20 to maximum 30 students, which allow our students to be always very close to the professor and knowing what's happening. The belief in the pedagogical aspect is what we call collaborative and active learning. So typically, you'll never be sitting in a class where the professor will be teaching nonstop for an hour, but you'll be a lot of activities going on into really putting into practice whatever you've learned, whether you use technology or whether you do that in person. So what I can say is that very modern approach to pedagogy, very modern approach to teaching and learning, and really focus on making sure that our students acquire all the skills that they need in order to be successful in their future career. And then something we've done took us a bit by surprise, but very happy about the positive results. We were starting in Thailand, but then we really kind of rounded up and have attracted students from 20 to 25 different nationalities. Everybody speaking English, everybody sharing with each other. A very strong community of students and a very cosmopolitan as well. And we keep hoping to welcome more and more students from different countries as well. So let me go talk a little bit more specific about the program of Les Roches and how AIM and Les Roches works together. And the goal really from the foundation of the institute was how can we bring Swiss educational quality here into Asia? Because when we think about hospitality management, very often we think about Switzerland. Schools like EHL, SHMS, SCG, and of course Les Roches are really the models all across the world on how hospitality education should happen. So we looked at how we can bring that model here in Bangkok and marry it with the Thai principles. So that's why you can see on that flag together. It's not just about bringing the Swiss quality here, but it's about how we combine Thai hospitality with Swiss quality. So how does it work? So we primarily AIM. We're not a Les Roches campus. We are purely on an academic association standpoint. The way we look at our students, the teachers have their own academic freedom. With the governance is with us, but the curriculum we teach is the same as what is being taught in Switzerland or in Spain, and is being audited also every year to make sure we match the quality of what is being done in Europe. And this is an example. So we have a yearly quality audit from the academic dean would come here. This is Ivana, the lady in the middle of this picture, who came last April for the audit. And this year, for the first time, we also welcome the executive CEO from Les Roches to come and look at everything we do in terms of academic quality, the way we look after our students, the way we welcome our students. And during that audit, they talk to the students themselves, to the professors, they observe classes to make sure that the quality of what we deliver matches what they expect. And again, the reason is because our students can then continue to Les Roches to finalize with their master. So they need to make sure the students who transfer from us to Europe, they are of the required level. So in academic association with Les Roches, we actually are running 3 different programs. So we started with the Bachelor in Business Administration in Global Hospitality Management. It's a 3.5 years program focusing on high school young adults who just graduated from high school and looking for their first job. We are also offering a certificate in international hotel administration. This is typically more geared towards hotel team members who've been working for a couple of years who would like to upskill, going more into management. We are also a program that is offered to people who are graduated with another degree and typically want to look and going back into hospitality instead. So it's a short 3 semester, a 1.5 year program, including an internship. And then finally, the program we are here about today, which is the Postgraduate Diploma in International Hospitality Management. So it's a 2 semester, 1 year program. And let me go over what it means. So PGD, Postgraduate Diploma in International Hospitality Management, something I'm very happy and very proud to be able to offer here now at AIHM or at AIM. So why should you consider looking into a PGD? So it is a program that we're looking really at upskilling your leadership skills with that program. So it is a development for people who are at the similar level of HOD level or assistant HOD level or head of a department or head of a team that really would like to go up into their career. It's offered by AIM, so we teach at AIM. It's taught by our own faculty, but it's all done in academic association with Les Roches. So who is this program for really? So we'll be looking at mid-career professionals who want to upskill and want to go further for their careers, looking at people who maybe have a long time had a career in another field, would like to go and to get some hospitality credential to maybe work in hotels. And we're also looking at anybody at a head of department level or a team level who again would like to move up and become maybe a general managers or working in a corporate office, and anybody who really want to develop themselves. So this is the type of program and who we're looking for. And again, someone who wants to upskill and later get a master degree as well. So we offer this into 3 different learning paths to make sure that we can offer the program to a broad group of students and that what makes more sense for the students and their personal and professional situation. So the first one is a full-time study program. So this is coming on campus in Bangkok, studying together with our bachelor students and our CR students, 6 month full-time study, looking at learning on the 6 different courses, 18 weeks, or following everybody else, and then followed by a 6 month internship. Now, we understand that it is challenging for professionals to stop working for 6 months and to just stop earning, or sometimes difficult for companies to do the same. And that's the reasons we have launched the 2 different paths to study. So the second one is the part-time study, which is rather than 6 months, is looking at delivering it for a full year. And this is based on weekend studies. So our students, and this is the first one cohort that we've launched, our students are coming on the Bangkok campus every Saturday, and they study with us for 6 hours, 3 hours in the morning from 9 to 12, and then 3 hours in the afternoon from 1 to 4. And then afterward meets every week for 10 to 12 weeks until they then to present their assessment. So this is going very well. It's just a dedication of taking that 1 day a week to come on campus, plus, of course, some extra time that you need to take in order to do all the homework and the reading and the preparation and the assessment. And then the last one, and we're going to launch that in February, hopefully, is the online study. So in order to be able to reach and give the opportunity to students that are beyond Bangkok, from all of Thailand and neighboring countries as well, to come and study, we'll be offering that project for 2 hours online, looking at 6 to 8 Thai time. to be teaching those two topics with some extra individual learning to make up that hours that students might be missing. We understand that 3 hours online is quite difficult, so there's be a kind of some content that will be put directly as what we call asynchronous learning, so people can kind of study on their own and then meet together with the professor and the rest of the class to discuss the class as well. And this again, following the same model. So for model number 2 and 3, so the part-time study as well as the online study, we offer this very innovative, a new structure of studying is we organize everything into blocks. So we started with our first block in last October. We are actually almost at the middle of it at the moment. Our students are learning every Saturday, 2 different courses, entrepreneurship and leadership, and then they'll be finished by the mid of February. By then, mid of February, they will start at the end of February the second block. So they'll go into 2 new courses, and then they'll be continuing for another 12 weeks, breaks included as well. And then they'll come up and they'll start the last 2 courses until they finish for an approximate time of 9 months of study. And then, depending on whether they are employed or not, again, as we have to discuss on a case-by-case basis, if the employed is going back to work and work on a work-based project, which I'll come back to it later, or going back on an internship and also working on some form of project as well. And then the advantage of this model is that whoever comes, for example, and wants to join us in February, those new students will actually join the first 2 students. So they will start with the block 2. And then from a class of 12, hopefully it will bring to a class of let's say, hopefully 20 students studying the same course together. Then the same 20 students will study together here. And then once the first initial cohort has graduated to the work-based project, then the new group will come. So every group of students will go through the same 3 blocks and the same 6 courses, but just not in a similar order. And finally, also something important that takes place every year is what we call the business field trip. So the business field trip is a very important part of the program. It's 4 days all together. All the students are going to Hua Hin or Rayong or Pattaya, somewhere in Thailand, but out of regular places for 3 to 4 days to discuss the field trip, a great chance to network, but also a great opportunity for everyone to work specifically also on some of the case studies and projects and teamwork that again kind of develop the training and better understand who your classmates are. So that's the overall program. For the online format, it's exactly the same. So anybody who wants to come and study online with us, so again, we'll be starting the online in February. From then on, people will go from online to June, following with the next courses, and then go to block 3 and then follow up. And again, we'll combine the classes as students go. And then again, looking at whether you're employed or on looking for an internship, we'll find what is the best possibility for you. All right, so let me just talk to you a little bit about the courses themselves. So the first block is made out of entrepreneurship and business modeling. This is something I can talk quite a bit about because this is the one I teach. So it's all about understanding entrepreneurship, understanding what makes a good entrepreneur, be able to evaluate and understand needs and the needs in the market and who customers are and what exactly would they want to achieve and where there's an opportunity to come up with a new idea. And we use that by using modern design thinking tools such as the business model canvas, the value proposition canvas, looking at the lean method, kind of all the new ways of looking at entrepreneurship, whether it's about looking into tech and trying to use tech within hospitality, or whether it's even to come with a new kind of restaurant concept or a new cafe concept or whatever the students want. But the goal is during that course, the students learn new techniques about coming up with ideas and coming and building the business model, and then at the end making a proposal to me, essentially the professor, and to some of the others. Hospitality leadership is really more about leadership and kind of look at as well as yourself at yourself as a student of what types of leaders you are, what are different leadership techniques that exist, and all the different ways that you can look and changing the way you lead your team, and then also give some practical tools that can really adapt to how to become a better leader. And also the focus is a lot on reflection and the thinking about this to the students like, okay, what type of leader am I? What type of leader do I want to be? and then how can I go to that perspective. Also understanding that leadership today means that maybe you also wear your leader like a glove. So you don't always use the same leadership technique or leadership style depending on the different types of leaders that you are or the situation you are in. Then from the second perspective, courses or the second block, we have hospitality finance and performance management. So this is a course that is not here to teach people accounting and to teach them to be financial directors, but it's more about really understanding all the financial parameters of what a hotel operation has. So understanding from the perspective of a balance sheet, understanding, of course, from a perspective of a P&L, and from the P&L also understanding cash flow, understanding different types of ratios, and understanding and analyzing a ratio and what it is good and not good within hospitality operation, whether it's hospitality, wellness, spa, F&B, and so on. So really looking at giving people a more big holistic understanding of what finance is. Today, if you want to become a general manager, there's no way going away from it. You need to understand what those numbers are. And then we're going into hospitality revenue management. So for that, we actually be using a simulation program, teaching people to do revenue management, managing a simulated hotel online in a group, and applying the core concept of revenue management directly within it. And then learning the pricing and demand, capacity, duration strategy of what it means in terms of doing revenue management. And then also learning that revenue management can also be adapted not only to hotels, but it also can be adapted to airlines. They've been doing that for many years, but also to spa, to restaurants, and to many services can also apply these different types of techniques. And then the last two courses for the last block, looking at services marketing. So again, in digital marketing has changed and it keeps on changing a lot, especially with AI today. So we're looking at how do you need to make sure that your website and your social media and your online presence and your app or whatever, make sure that you're being found. Looking at how you market a service rather than marketing a particular product, and looking at how digital is really impacting all of that and kind of all the trends that are happening, and then how you need to adapt to them. So very, very interesting course. And then we also have international events management, which is all about building events. In hospitality, we work a lot with events. In hotels, very often you have a banqueting space, you have a lot of restaurants, you have a lot of spaces for groups. So you work with MICE, so meeting, incentive, congress, exhibitions, people that you want to organize something with them. You work a lot with weddings. If you work with some markets like in India or China, you are creating a full event for more than 200 people, sometimes even 500 people. So it takes a lot of different work of making sure that everything goes well. And then is also going to events for some students who want to go maybe potentially beyond hospitality as well, want to work for music festivals, sports event, and so on. So after all these fun courses where you definitely learn a lot, so we also have the business field trip. As mentioned before, it's a 3 day, 4 days, 3 nights trip in Thailand. Normally we're looking at Hua Hin, not too far from Bangkok, where everybody goes together. And then for the time, we'll actually do some learning as well at some field trips, looking at some properties, some understanding the industry, looking at also some suppliers, and working on some case studies together during this time. And then the work-based project or internship. Again, it's either or kind of integrated. Yeah, it's either or really. But if you are already employed and you would like to work, go back to your property during the week as you're doing your study, at the 6 month part, you will be getting your work-based project. So you'll be deciding what exactly is it that I want to work about on? So maybe do I want on a new I really like marketing and I want to understand more about the impact of AI on search, for example. So you want to work on a project on that, for instance. Or you interested about entrepreneurship and you're in the spa and you want to maybe do something, a new spa product for your hotel or anything that you want to do that really motivates you in part of your hotel. This is then what you will be working towards. You'll be working with a supervisor professor that will be here to supervise you and help you achieve your particular project. And if you're not employed, then you'll work with our internship department and we'll find you an internship. Even if you're on part-time study, we will, again, we can discuss that to talk to our counselors, and then we'll find a way to integrate an internship with a part-time study as well for you to do that in Bangkok. We are very flexible and we are a very student-centric institution. We always work with each student individually to really find the best solution for each of them. So in case you don't have hospitality experience, so what we have is we have our hospitality immersion program. So the hospitality immersion program, again, work on one-on-one. Currently, what we've been doing is that we welcome our students to join our practical arts students in semester one of our BBA and to actually learn directly uh, practical vocational skills on what it means to be in a hotel. So learn a little bit of housekeeping, learn a little bit of kitchen, learn a bit of service, learn a little bit about concierge and front desk. So you have the vocation, you have a basics of the vocational skills that you need to possess if you in the future want to go into hospitality. If you are a hospitality professional, and we can look that into your CV based on your experience and based on your maybe previous education, then this is not mandatory at all. This is only to give the immersion into hospitality for students who don't have it. So who's the team? So this is the team. I'm teaching hospitality, entrepreneurship, and business modeling. Warren, the dean, is teaching leadership. Dr. Ute, Allison's are here to help you with your research. Dr. Natasha will be teaching you events, Corrado, services marketing. We have another professor that we have lined up, which is a professional in revenue management coming in, and as well we'll have another professor coming also for the finance. So our own group of professor is very ready to teach, as well as we'll find all the experts that are needed to make sure that you achieve learning objective and you progress in your career. So the goal really for the program is, and that's what drives us, all of us at AIM, it's not just about theory, but it's really about giving you the learning and the tools that you can apply directly to your own career and that hopefully will help you grow into your career and getting that next promotion that you're looking forward. So that's really what the key outcome is all about. Now, some students don't want only a postgrad. Some students potentially want to have a master, which I highly endorse as well. So with our agreement with Les Roches is that you'll be looking at doing the postgrad here for a year in Bangkok, and then from there have a possibility to go to Europe to get your Master of Advanced Studies in Hospitality Management. So either can be acquired in Switzerland or in Spain. So give me a few seconds to explain to you what a Master of Advanced Study means. It is a characterization from the Swiss government that wanted to offer a form of qualification for people who potentially did not graduate with a bachelor. So it's a specialization that is slightly different from a Master of Science or MBA or a Master of Arts, but it's more focusing on, again, professionals that want to progress into their career. So the Master of Advanced Studies in hospitality within the specific specialization. So this is for really looking and following the Swiss framework, both in Spain and Switzerland. So if you are interested to go to Switzerland, so the specialization over there is the food and beverage, entrepreneurship and management specialization. So really focusing on people who want to do their career in F&B, want to go back to their property and want to go become F&B director, maybe work for an F&B group and want to develop those skills, or maybe an F&B entrepreneur who wants to start their own business. So that's kind of where we look at it. And of course, we can see the link between the entrepreneurship course in semester one and then the specialization there as well. Now, if you might be interested in more in the marketing side of things, so the marketing Marbella campus in Spain has the marketing management in luxury tourism, which is all about how to look at marketing, but from really kind of a luxury standpoint, and how do you market luxury versus the others. Now, with so many more brands going more towards luxury and trying to really promote them luxury, they need to have a good understanding of what luxury is and what luxury really means. And that's where this specialization comes in play. And the two other specialization, which I find very interesting. So the third one is the golf management specialization, also in Marbella. So really focusing much more on kind of how is it to manage a golf course. So of course, you can still play on golf, obviously, but the specialization is how do you manage a club? How do you manage a membership club? How do you make sure that everything into your club is of high level and very can offer to your members, very similar or as good as experience as what you would get into a five-star hotel. And the last one, also in Marbella, it's in the Mediterranean Sea in an island. So there are a lot of cruises and they work together to have a master specialization. It's a difficult word, in cruise line management as well. So that's also one of the opportunity as well. So, of course, everybody wants to know how much that costs. So the cost of the program is 380,000 baht. Altogether, that is payable in 4 different installments of 95,000 baht, which makes approximately, according to today's exchange rate, around 11,500 US dollar. We have 3 different intakes. So the next intake is looking at February. So we're looking at February 21st for the part-time intake, and we're looking at February 23rd, and then 23rd and 25th, if I'm not wrong, to look for the online intake. And then we'll continue in June and in September and February. So these are the 3 intakes that we'll be able to run every year. Entry requirement. So most important is experience. So we do not accept students who do not have yet professional experience. We would like our students to have at least 2 years. So typically our bachelor students want to already enroll on the program. We cannot welcome them yet. We told them, go work for a couple of years, get some experience, and then come back. And we strongly believe that having that experience is actually something that is really recommended, so you can really put it into direct practice. The bachelor degree is highly recommended, obviously. However, if you're in the position when you did not have the chance to get a bachelor degree, you're highly experienced professional, and then you can also graduate without a degree, but with a minimum of 5 years of experience. We'll be looking at some form of management experience. Again, this is something when we do the interview process and the discussion and looking at your CV, something that we can discuss together. And otherwise, the other requirement is the English level. So typically, we're looking at people who are having an IELTS level of 6 or 5.5 in every component. Again, based on the internship or based on the interview, rather, sorry. In the interview, we can also identify what's your English level, and then that is also totally okay. So why would you want to study this particular program? So first of all, it is a program that is, even though it's theoretical, but it's also looking at our approach of teaching and learning. It's very practical. Every lessons that you'll be working on particular projects, you'll be working on case studies, you'll be brainstorming about ideas, you'll be coming something with very, very practical and project-based. It is totally integrated into your work, so no loss of productivity. You just need to ask your superior to make sure that you have at least get the Saturday off or the 2 hours for you to go online. And then again, it's very much affordable compared to all the different international courses available. It is a Swiss style education taught in Thailand with our own faculty, but following and the same philosophy as Switzerland, and also able to offer the transfer to Les Roches to finalize and get your master. And then again, if you are working in Bangkok or you're working actually across Asia, you can still do that while studying and working at the same time. And then it helps you really to build your leadership profile and hopefully upskill into the next step of your career. So I see a few questions in the chat. So let me just finalize a few more points and then I'll be here for the Q&A. So if you want to know more about AIM and what we do, the first piece I'd like to recommend you to go onto our AIM Hire blog. Actually, if you want to know more about the PGD experience, I'm actually writing about my class, my entrepreneurship and business model class. I kind of look at where the way it goes, what we're learning, the way students are reacting, what we are doing into the different types of models. So there maybe even is a little bit of learning to get in that. And otherwise, in the blog, we publish a lot around expert think pieces. We also look at our students' experiences, the internship they've gone, voices from the industry, and so on and so forth. So I believe it's kind of a good reading, and I highly recommend everyone to go and have a look. If you want to see a little bit more about what we do overall, so I recommend YouTube. We have quite a lot of different videos. We have a campus tour there. We have students' recommendation from the BBA at the moment. We'll get a few from the PGD as well. We have different videos on different events that take place, same as Facebook as well. We all recommend. And if you are a little bit adventurous and you want to see more of the Gen Z lifestyle, we can also hop onto our Instagram and TikTok. But just be warned, this is actually managed by our bachelor students, the way the students speak to the students as well. All right, so that was the end of my presentation. Thank you for being here. And I can see a few questions. So if you would like to either come up and ask me the questions directly, if you're not too shy, otherwise you can also go and hop into the chat and I'll be happy to answer all your questions.
Chris, hi.
Hello.
I was I'm here in Brazil, so I'm planning to study online,
Okay.
and then forward to visit you in Asia or Switzerland. I don't know who the place where I go to. So it's asynchronous, right? This classes doesn't have schedules online
Yeah.
live that I need to watch.
So there will be some component of courses that you have to watch and some reading that needs to be done, but we will also have some synchronous sessions. So 6 o'clock Thai time, I think will be it's almost 12 hours to Brazil, right?
I
So
think so.
it
Here's
would be very
7:30
early
in the
for you.
morning.
It is now almost 6 o'clock. So it's 5:40 here in Bangkok
It's
at the
12
moment.
hours. Yes, 12 hours. For me, it's okay, but I think
Okay.
that fits. If like classes of 1 or 2 hour,
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
ready to start job at 8, so it
Okay.
fits.
That's perfect. That's very courageous of you, but yeah, that'd be great. We were
Nice,
more
nice.
looking at people from all across Asia, but good. We're happy. How did you hear about that webinar?
I received the messages, the daily messages from
From a
minor.
minor group? Oh, okay. So you're a
Yes,
minor team member.
I work
Ah,
actively
okay.
here in São Paulo,
Yeah.
and that's why I heard that and get interested.
Okay.
I was interested in Les Roches. There's a long time ago, so I found this opportunity nice.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you for waking up early to be here today.
Nice, nice. Pleasure to have to join this meeting.
Obrigado.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we have Sayuri currently working for Minor International Anantara Tangela. Can I have your email address? Yes. So Sayuri, you can just write to Van Lapa. She just give you your email, and then she's gonna happy to answer all the different types of questions you might have. Always a
Yeah,
pleasure.
thank you, Craig. I'll do the info.
Okay, perfect. So much. Thank you so much.
Hi, this is Rima, and I'm currently working in Phuket, Thailand.
Yes.
So I just wanted to know if I go for the online course,
Yes.
I'm currently into marketing. So how will it help me, and how long will the courses be?
So thank you for your question. So typically the PGD, we think about it that it gives you it gives you a little bit more broadening your perspective of like hospitality management. There's a course specifically looking at marketing, but you'll be looking at things such as finance, you'll be looking at revenue management, you'll be looking at entrepreneurship, kind of a more broader aspect of identifying opportunities. You're looking at your own leadership skills. You'll be looking at events. So it's kind of broadening your different skills that could help you in terms of your career to go potentially for a director of marketing, or maybe you want to even go further than that. It's really what I believe a lot in what we call transversal skills. So not just focusing on what you're really good at, but looking at also the other skills that can help you working in different types of department. The second question is the course is, so as mentioned before, three different blocks of 12 weeks. So if you start in April, it will bring you to the end of the year and then working on a work-based project. So you'll be graduating a year later. And then we would ask the requirements to be available for 4 hours per week. We're looking at the moment at Tuesday and Thursday to from we're looking at 6 to 8 o'clock Thai time. And that's kind of the dedication we would like to ask from our students as well. Also take some time to do some extra study, do some extra reading as well. So again, it's a postgraduate diploma. It is still a higher education, so there's also some expectation from the side of the students to work extra as well on the assignment and so on.
Okay, thank you so much. And do we have the classes from like 6 to 8? Is it a class study online or is it a self-study?
No, it's online. It's online like we are doing today. So we'll meet on Zoom, and then we'll do the class, and then we'll be managing the class with like if you come into my class, so I'll be teaching you, and then we'll be doing everything online and working together on the different projects and so on. And then there'll be some extra also self-study as well. But we still believe in face-to-face time, even though it's virtual.
Okay, thank you so much.
My pleasure, Rim. So Oscar, confirm my understanding. There are 3 month block every Saturday throughout those block continuously. Correct. However, there are some Saturdays that are off. This is, for example, we don't have anything next week because of Friday is Father's Day. And typically, we know some people maybe want to take a long weekend. So depending on the public holidays, there's a couple of break, and in between every block, there's also a break in the middle as well. So there is some breaks in the middle as well, not continuously for 12 weeks, but there will be at least minimum of 10 face-to-face sessions.
Thank you.
All right. Hello, Hadi. Thank you for your call from all of Banana Island. Oh, I know your GM. Please say hi to him. We used to work together before. So online study, you indeed correct for the business trip. This is a format we will have to discuss how we want to deliver it, because we understand that if we have students from Brazil and students from the Middle East, it will be challenging indeed to be able to teach everyone. So this is something we will doing if we do the business trip as a virtual business trip, or if we have people from one region, do we go there? All of that still to be decided. But great question. Thank you, Hadi. Thank you. Any more questions, ladies and gentlemen?
Hi, Chris.
Yes, Mutinta.
So I'm currently attending from Avani, the Livingston, yeah,
Yes.
Africa. I want online for on a Zoom call.
Yes.
At what are we able to same hour?
So yes, happy to welcome really anybody from anywhere. So from Africa as well for the online part. The only component for you, I don't know how many, what's the time difference, but we will be looking at delivering from currently looking at the students we have, we're looking at doing 6 to 8. But we, again, depending on where the students are coming from, potentially we might push it back an hour or further. It depends what really arrange for everybody.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Roberto is very popular. All right. All right. Well, thank you for joining us today. If you have any specific question, you can go onto the email at contact us. Van Lapa is our admissions counselor. She'll be here to take all your questions, and then we'll be looking at your part. And then typically it will most probably lead us to like a quick interview between you and I, just to look at your CV, understand kind of what your motivations are, and make sure we have the right understanding. We don't want to enroll anybody to a wrong program. And then after that, we'll be able to start in February. So we're looking forward to who, sorry, there was a questions on the chat, but it's not for me. So if that's it, thank you for taking the time to come here today to listen to this webinar. Always a pleasure. And then hopefully, if you have any questions, please contact us at any time. And then we're happy to jump on a call to clarify anything. All right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Oscar.